Okay, let's talk about how to create prayer requests. Now, as a regular user, you have a couple of options to generate or produce prayer requests. I'm logged in on this screen as a user by the name of John Doe. And to begin the process of creating one of these, I would click in this section where it says, what do you want to say? Or what would you like to say? This is the standard posting screen, but as you may have seen before, you can make a post special. And one of the ways you can make it special is by providing this little option there to make it a prayer request. So I'll do that. I'll enter in some information that I want prayed for. You can optionally add a title to the request. So I'll do that. And lastly, last two things is that you can decide what group should view the prayer request. Now, this user is only in one group, so we'll do that, entire church. And then we can specify who it should be visible to, because you have the option when you create these of making them only visible to other leaders, or you can make them visible to everyone that's in the group that you're posting to. So I'm going to click that. Now, what's cool about this is that depending on how the administrator has configured the site, when you submit your prayer request to a group, it'll get assigned to an individual either by round robin, meaning that whoever has the fewest prayer requests and their queue, they would get assigned to them, or to a specific individual. So that's an administrative thing, but this is just to know that when you create these, they do get assigned to someone. All right, with that being done, I just post it. And on another screen, I'm going to show you what would happen for a person that's in that group. Now, I indicated that I wanted this to be visible to group members and leaders. And so if I go to another browser for another user that's in this group, refresh this. This is Sarah's page. And that prayer request is right there, right? It's visible to group members and leaders. And so that's generally how you would do that. There's another way to enter prayer requests and also edit them, and that is by going into the prayer request panel. So I go back to this browser here, open up the home icon, and go to prayer request. Here's my needs that I just created. I can go view this actually and change the visibility. Say I only want visible to leaders there. So I'll save that. And then if I go back to Sarah's browser, imagine that I'm logging in as this user. I refresh that. I'm just showing you how you can, when you make those visible to only leaders, see no longer does she see that prayer request. All right. So as I was saying, in this panel, you can create a prayer request by clicking on the new button and using a very similar process. You enter the subject, decide who can see it. I'll just make it visible to leaders only. Then indicate my groups, apply that, and then save it. Oh, sorry. Here we go. And now I have this prayer request that was created. This one's assigned to James Wooten, a different person. So if I go back now, if I go to one of these screens where I'm an administrator, if I refresh this, I'll see both of those prayer requests. I'll see the one that was submitted that's visible to only leaders, and those ones that are visible to everyone. So here's the prayer request that was entered by John Doe with a G. One's visible to, actually they're both are visible to leaders. And you'll notice here that it also assigned this to church leadership, because the default prayer request gets the default setting on this site is to assign prayer request to church leadership, and that's why it showed up that way. But as you can see, this person or administrator can see this, However, if I go back to Sarah's view and reload this, she doesn't see either one of them. So that is how you do prayer requests. So thank you for watching.